What is going on, fam? Crypto Kong in the house with the first live stream. We got the Blue Ghost here, new player to the space. What is going on, sir?
Hey, what's going on? Blue Ghost. I'm up on. I'm loud and clear.
All right, you ready for me to give you a little intro to some DeFi kingdoms?
I'm ready for the tutorial. Absolutely.
All right, let me go to this other screen real quick. And, got it. Okay. All right, so here is Serendale. This is the original realm of DeFi Kingdoms. Came out a little over a year ago.
The land of Serendale. Okay.
Yes, sir. So this one initially launched on Harmony, which I know you're very familiar with. Um, and then, of course, the hack happened. And at that time, when that happened, they took this entire realm that you're looking at and they moved it to a blockchain called Clayton with a K. So that is the chain that Serendale is on now. It was called Serendale 2.0, but they may have dropped to 2.0 at this point. Nevertheless, cool realm, really fast as far as transactions on MetaMask. And this is basically all the things that you see in front of you here are different things to do within the realm. So before I do like a deep dive into the different places that you see, I just want to show you the other realm, and this is what separates this game from like every other game in the space. Is that it has two different blockchains that it's on. So you'll see here I just switch to DFK chain from Clayton, which is an Avalanche subnet that DeFi Kingdoms is on, and now you see a whole new realm. So this is Crystal Vale. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah. Okay. I like it.
So you can literally bounce between two different blockchains and do completely different things. Some are specific to each chain, some are not. So um, let me. So what we'll do from here, if you got that, that's kind of important. I'll just show you the bulletin board here. I'm going to go through this drop-down menu and explain everything. And I know you're kind of new to DeFi, so if you've got anything that you need me to explain better, or that I would just think you would know, which you probably won't, then just let me know, okay?
All right. I did
All right,
have a
so,
question though.
yep.
I see you showed me the Serendale, and this is the Crystal Vale. Is there like a bigger map? Because if I had to guess, Crystal Vale is north of Serendale. You know what I mean?
I don't know for sure as far as the direction, but for now, like as far as zooming out farther, um, like it doesn't have like a larger map, but that'd be cool if they integrated something like that in the future.
Yeah,
Um,
with additional, uh, locations,
Yeah, and if
additional
you want to
realms.
you can also do it. You can also do it by going from the docks over here, and switching realms instead of just doing it straight through MetaMask. It makes it a little funner. You just click on our dock master here, this little
Hmm.
dude, flipping the sword around, and you go travel to Serendale, and
There
then
you
you'll
go.
see
So I was
here
going
you.
to ask.
Yep, and instead of just doing it manually through MetaMask, and you'll see that now it's probably switched us. Yep, there you go. And we'll go back to the world, and there it is.
Okay.
So, yeah, so it's got this little bulletin board up here is cool. So being a new player, this is neat. Um, it just pops up on that little window there, and it has tutorials. Um, it has all the docs, like the white paper and everything involved in the tokenomics of the game, which
Hmm.
I'll tell you about that a little bit in a second, and then different articles. So to find that, it's just this little hamburger menu up here on the top right and bulletin board, and then I can just show you. Well, it's not going to take me there, but
All right. I see
it'll
it.
take you to another link basically that you can check out. All right, so then next is the alchemist, which you see right here. He's
Right.
also right over here.
Yeah, I see it.
So this is where you craft potions um, for upcoming player versus player gameplay that like the pre-alpha is already out on that. I'll show you in a minute. But you go to this guy and it shows you different items, which I'll tell you about too, that are needed to basically craft these different things. See,
Yeah,
and you've got like stamina vials, which we call stam pots, um, and they're like probably the main thing out of these 10 that people use right now.
yeah. Let it make
Um,
me some liquid gold.
hey, that's what I'm talking about. All right, so that's the alchemist. It's basically the potions. You can bridge your tokens here. So let's just say I want to take these 30 jewel I have, and I want to move them from Clayton to DFK chain. This is where I would do that, or vice versa.
Okay.
Same with the heroes. You see on the top right, just underneath here, it says Bridge Heroes.
Yeah.
So you would just click on that Add button and move them to said chain. Same with the pets right here. I'll tell you about pets in a minute.
Don't
And
the
here's the
pets help the heroes?
yes, big time, dude. Well, we don't know big time yet, but everybody is speculating that they're going to be a huge add-on to the embetterment of the hero, which that's probably a whole separate video. But absolutely, yeah, you're picking up what I'm laying down. So, um, and then the castle is next, which is cool. Obviously, that's the big guy up here. So you can click on the castle and then go inside the castle, and they have all these cool things you can do. They sell land over here. That's going to be implemented into the game soon. Um, you have the artist over here, which is awesome. It's all the different content creators within the community. You can go through and check all of them out. It just shows the strength of the community and all the people trying to help and build on it. Wall of Heroes. Um, Here's the dueler, where we can do raffles for duels. We have like a mini game called DFK Duels where you can win raffle tickets, and then you can go in here and win items, and there's your gold you were talking about. It resets like every 24 hours. So all these cool things to do in the castle without me getting into the weeds too much. And then moving on, combat testing. So man, we've been waiting on this one for a long time. This is a big, crucial piece of the game that they're kind of working on as we speak. We are in a pre-alpha. I can't stress that enough. This is not even
Yeah.
alpha. This is like pre-alpha, brand new. But just to kind of give you a feel of what this is like, um, you know what? Let me go over to DFK chain so I can show you my heroes. Hold on. There we go. All right, so we only have a few you can use right now, but this is going to be like the first time we actually have hero utility for these NFTs, man. And speaking of these things, these are like super advanced, multiple recessive genes for like summoning and things. I mean, just to kind of show you, I'll flip a card here. Can you see this card?
Yes.
So it's got like primary growth, secondary growth. It shows all these 8 stats that contribute to the strength of the hero. Um, there's the active and passive uh, ability genes I was talking about. And then, I mean, it gets so deep, man. I mean, like I could go on for hours on just the
I
heroes
see that.
alone. But yeah, so you click on 3. As you see, you're clicking on them here. You're having one in the back position, one in the middle position, and then one in the front position. And then once you've clicked all 3, you hit continue. It shows you them. Um, these are the different abilities for each hero. So you got different paths you can take, different strengths you can use, based on your fighting style. So you basically pick 5 for each hero. Let me just throw 5 on here real quick. and then you hit battle now, and it's going to take you to like the PvP blub testing area. They got these little blubs kind of as placeholders. Um, Pretty cool, huh?
I see that.
Yeah. So then from here, this little on the top right, it's showing you, whose turn it is. So I can click on an enemy, and my stuff probably needs to reset.
So,
But anyway, that
what are the
shows you.
enemies called?
So they're just the blubs right now, but it's
Okay.
going to be, player versus player. So right, instead of those computer generated players being there, there'll be somebody else I'm playing against, which is going to create that combat, competition vibe that we've been waiting on for so long. People have been leveling up these heroes for a long time. Now they're going to be able to finally use them. So, all right, and then the Dark Summoner. This is another cool feature, man. So you know how you can like summon the heroes, which is like breed them?
Yep.
With the Dark Summoner, you can take two heroes and you basically throw them into the summoning pit to create one hero. So you're sacrificing two to make one, and that is like a burning mechanism, like you would see with a token for a game, for example. They're doing this with heroes, which I love. You can see how far ahead these guys plan in advance, to so that the ecosystem doesn't get overrun with one given thing. So that's just a mechanic they added in there. We got that like, I don't know, 6 months ago, something like that. Then you got the docks here, like I said, that's where you move between realms. And then the gardens, um, which is, so this is the gamification piece I was telling you about. So they call it the gardens, right? But it's liquidity pools, and instead of, you create these seeds by, you taking two items and creating a seed and planting the seed and that into the gardens. And what that does is that yields you an emission or a return in the token, in said token, whichever realm you're in. Do you understand that? That's kind of a lot.
So what exactly is to find a liquidity pool?
Yeah, so it's basically, let me just show you. So if I hit this seed box right here where these like cool grape looking things
Yeah.
are at,
Yeah.
it gives you a list of the pools. So see right here at the top it says seed list. So the total value locked right now in this realm is almost $6 million between all these different pools. And it shows right there staking 5.7 million, jeweler 100 something thousand, and the total. So you can take said token pairing, whether it be a crystal clay pair or a crystal Ethereum pair or so on and so forth, whichever you want to, buy, and you take them and you merge them together and you deposit them into these pools here. And then right here at the top, look, it shows you the APRs. Can you see this?
Yep.
I can zoom in a little bit. So you could take the crystal token and the clay token and put an equal amount of each of them together and put them in and plant these seeds or put them into this pool, and you get a 58.8% return APR while those are held in there. So depending on what your strategy is, maybe you want to get into something else down here that you like better. Maybe it's let me find something. How about we just do dual AVAX? AVAX a little more stable, right? You don't have to worry about the wild swings. It's a bigger, high market cap token. But then the trade-off for that is a 19.9% APR. See that?
Yeah.
But still, at the same time, man, I mean, where else are you going to get 19% APR on a token that you have confidence in? Not financial advice, but that's probably something that I would be into. Would be because I'm a huge fan of Jewel, and then AVAX. That's the chain that they operate on. So just an example. So does it? And then what happens is the longer you keep it in there, the more you get in this case crystal, because we're on Crystal Vale, or in the other realm, it would be jade. And that's a good time for me to show you. Just let me show you one other thing here so you'll understand the tokens a little bit better. I had DFK Quester up. Here it is. All right, here we go. So you see the top right corner there, those four tokens?
Yep.
So we have, whoa. All right, so we have Jewel at basically 1896 right now. That is the governance token of DeFi Kingdoms. So, that's the main token, right? That you do basically anything in the game burns Jewel, and that's what you hold for governance. And then underneath it, and that's what you use in the DFK chain realm, which is Crystal Vale. Does that make sense? And then underneath it is Clayton, which you use in Serendale, and that's the power token in Serendale. Does that make sense?
Yeah, the Jade token.
That's correct. Yes, the Jade token, which just launched recently when we moved over to Serendale 2.0. Like I told you earlier, they had to move from Harmony. Um, so when they moved to Clayton, they launched this new Jade token to be basically a mirror of Crystal, which you see above it. You see the price point is not 1-to-1 right now. I think that's because we still have some things yet to launch. But ideally, you want both of those two on the right, Crystal and Jade, 1-to-1. And then, each one has its separate realm. And then the two on the left are the power token for said realm. Does that make sense?
I do understand. Yeah.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. Sorry, I've been saying, does that make sense a lot? All right, so let me go back over here. And yeah, so that's one of the main first launch features of this game was the gardens. So that's what brings a lot of people in, these juicy APRs. You put a couple tokens together, you set them in there, you collect the rewards and or the emissions they call it. And you can see mine up here in the top right corner. I have like 99 locked crystal right now, which when you are gaining those emissions from doing those liquidity pools, it is locked, and then you basically farm it using the heroes by leveling, as you play the game. So that way they're not released to you all at once. It's kind of released slowly, so it doesn't. That's just how things work.
All right.
All right, so moving on. So yeah, definitely gardens super big, and then the Dex feature, which is in the marketplace here. That was the main staple of the game, which is it's a decentralized exchange first and foremost. It's decentralized finance. So this is like Uniswap, for example, or PancakeSwap on Binance. Um, you know, DeFi Kingdoms has its own um, decentralized exchange. So all the stuff within the ecosystem, all the items, all that stuff can be swapped right here, in house. And then here's like a big, huge list of all the items. Um, so yeah, man, it's like a whole ecosystem about to explode with the releasing of these pets here soon. And I can show you some of the items if you want me to. Let me just go through the rest of these real quick. Uh, Meditation Circle. This is where we level up our heroes. So you can look at one of mine here and see that this archer is level 9. So that's where we go to make the heroes the next level. All right. And that's what
Okay.
this looks like. And then the portal. This is where you summon or breed the heroes together. So you take 2 here to this arch druid. You put them together, and then you make a new one. So that's the portal. Professions. This is what I was telling you about. So you do your said profession. Your hero is one of these 4 professions here, and throughout the day you can do quest, earn those emissions from the locked token, earn items to use within the game, which you're going to be feeding the pets with. So that's just what you do with your heroes every day, all day. Is you're constantly leveling them, and I use a bot called DFK Helper to do that because I have so many heroes. I would be doing nothing all day but leveling them if I didn't. So there's different tools in place within the ecosystem already, different bots to help maximize that. Pretty cool, right?
Okay, that's cool.
Yep. And then the tavern, obviously here, super cool place, old trusty tavern. Take a second to appreciate this art from all the cool devs and the art guys. It's kind of got that Zelda feel, back from when I was a kid. I think that inspired a lot of this. RuneScape, some of the other OG games were the developers. I'm sorry, when I say dev, I mean developer. Some of their inspiration behind this. So here you can do a lot of things, man. This is where you buy your hero, your first hero. You'll come here to the agent. You'll hit buy heroes. You'll search through all these cool heroes. So the floor right now, if you can see, is 43 crystal. So, whoa. Um, you see that there?
I see it.
So if you wanted to buy a hero, you just come into this tavern with your 43 crystal. You click on buy hero, you buy it, and then and you would have a wizard warrior common miner, and you could send her off to the mines, and she could farm some of your locked crystal, if that makes sense. And she's a common, and then we can go all the way. Here's the different classes. You got commons, you got uncommon, you got rare, you got legendary, and then you got the ultimate, the mythics, baby. So there's the floor mythic right now, 700 crystal. So I don't know if I do the math on that. What is that? 20 cents, 700 times that hero, 140 bucks. And that's like the top tier rarity. And that's for a floor, obviously. But just to give you an idea, the pricing. When I got into this game a year ago, dude, um, it was like $300, I think, for like a floor level average hero. At the top. So in comparison, I mean, just think of the opportunity, now for somebody new getting into the space. And I do have a graph of the coin market cap for DF for Jewel as well right here. Let me show you that, um, just so we can see where it is today. Can you see that?
I see it.
All right, so it's currently just under 20 cents. It's number 723 ranking. Um, the market cap is 14 million, and if you look at this graph, I was just looking at this chart before we came on stream. Just in the last week, dude, or sorry, in the last month, you can see where the market cap has gone from 17.8 million down to where we are today at 14.1. I have never been more bullish on this game than ever, dude. I guess people are just so tapped out at this point. They're having to sell, which there's nothing wrong with that. You and I know, have both been through that, and you got to do what you got to do sometimes. But to me, this makes me even more bullish, man, because we got so much stuff about to come out, dude, and like they have this mega patch that's going to be like any week now. We've been saying that forever, but it is for real. We're on the cusp of it. Um, so to see market cap going down like this over the last month, with all this new stuff coming, that's I'm super bullish. And then,
What exchanges is it listed on?
great question, dude. Great question. So I think that is a big piece of maybe why this is trending in the wrong direction. There are a couple of hoops, barriers you got to jump through to get it. So to get Jewel right now, you got to get it on DFK chain, right? Which is um, in Crystal Vale. So what I'll tell you what I do. The easiest way I get it is I go on Bitmart and I buy Clayton because you can buy Clayton on that exchange, and they charge you very low fees to move it from Bitmart to Clayton chain, like literally like a couple of pennies. So that's the way and then once you get the Clayton and get it on, the Clayton chain over in Serendale, then you can buy the jewel straight from the decks there. So you can see there is a barrier there, but dude, they have a major announcement in the works as well in that regard. Like, I think there's a major sex listing coming soon. Like, maybe one of the big boys, and talk about injecting market cap into the space, dude. That's going to be a game changer. In my total speculation. Do your own research.
Right.
But yeah, great question. So anyway, we got about just over half the supply, it looks like, circulating right now, 58%. I know these numbers are correct as far as the total supply of Juul, because this was recently corrected, I think, by Dr. Zipper, one of the team members. Um, so yeah, just to give you an idea. But yeah, $14 million market cap, man. Just think, 10x that. That would only take it to $140 million market cap. Um, that's to me very reachable. So, all right. Um,
All right.
Thoughts so far? Questions?
No, just saw it's a good tutorial just to learn the realms, and are there going to be more realms added? I'm sure. And
Yeah,
like you
so
said, it's in
I
the
would think so. I think that's something that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen probably this year. What is today like? We're literally just getting into the second quarter of 2023. So I would think maybe end of next year, something like that. I know that the team is mainly focused on getting this PvP player versus player built out, so people can actually put these heroes to use. And so I think that's a main focus right now, along with some other things. And um, they've got what they call level 10 profession quest, also getting ready to drop any day. Pet utility. This whole time we've just been able to, basically just open these eggs for these pets, um, and we haven't been able to use them. But like, we are literally within a week or two from being able to attach these pets, and that goes back to what you were saying earlier. What can we do with them? Well, that's what you're going to be able to do with them. So instead of just getting a certain amount of XP or items or rewards, it's going to give you a way better percentage. I believe, and this may not be correct, but I think it's going to start with like 12% increase to your rewards for your hero for a common pet, and then go up like 4% every rarity per pet. Like, I think up to like 20% boost if you have like a mythic pet attached to your hero. That may not be correct, but just to give you a general idea of what the pets will do.
all right. Yeah, it's like I like the project. I like the project.
Yeah, and then just here's some of my items, man, just to show you the massive ecosystem. Um, so here's the eggs that I have in this wallet, just waiting to be hatched. I have 15 gold, 15 green, and 10 yellow. Um, Green egg hatching is like right around the corner any day now. So I'll be hatching those bad boys, but you got to have certain items, right, to hatch them. So there's all these big brain developers, dude, are behind this game, and they these different items in place for the ecosystem. Um, you're gonna have to feed these pets, right? And here's like the items you're gonna feed them. So like I think the gray pets, which are like the foraging pets, to send them out with your hero and have them help you, they're gonna have to have this milkweed, or they're gonna have to have this this skunk shade, or one of these items to refill the pet so he can go out with your hero or he won't work. And then here's the fishing ones. These are for the fishing pets, like the water pets. Here's a king pincher. Here's a iron scale. So you're gonna have to feed your pet these guys in order for them to benefit your hero. See what I'm saying?
I do.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I can't stress enough how this is like the perfect opportunity, man, to get into this game. We've been just sitting here, look at all this stuff I have, right? I mean, they're showing all my stuff in this wallet, but I don't care. Um, I've just been hodling these items, just waiting, and so great time to get into the game, man. I'm super bullish, as you can tell. It's an awesome opportunity, man. The community is phenomenal. Like I've made such good friends just within this community over the last year, and the developers are just super awesome, smart, good people. Um, like I said, man, just check out this bulletin board here. Read these tutorials. Read the docs. Everything you need is like right here. If you got any questions, man, get in Discord. Like I said, you'll love these guys. Um, Good stuff, man. Good stuff. What do you
I
think,
like
Blue
it. I like it. I
Ghost?
like it.
Cool, man. Well, yeah,
All
that's all I
right.
had. I just wanted to give you a quick rundown of everything. Maybe we can do another one. What do you think? Like we can do one on, getting your first hero. I just don't want you to like ape into the wrong hero.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that. I think it's a good idea.
All right, man. We'll do another one, maybe next week. Appreciate you coming on the show, dude.
Hey, thanks for having me. I learned a lot. It kind of wasn't, kind of vague on everything going into this, but everything's a whole lot clearer. Whole lot. Appreciate it, teacher.
All right, man. All right, sounds good. Have a good rest of your day. Um, Blue Ghost, Crypto Kong, out of here, guys. Take
Peace
it easy.
out.